What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching another video. Today we're going to be working on the GTI. I'm going to be installing my inlet pipe and intake that I have for the car. Now this is actually the same CTS intake and inlet pipe that I had on my S3. I never ended up selling it because I didn't get a good price. I was getting super low ball offer, so I just held on to it. And ironically now I have another MQB car that can use the same parts, which is awesome. So now I can basically just swap parts back and forth. If I'd rather have something on the GTI that the S3 has or vice versa, I could do that. So in today's video, we're going to be taking off the stock inlet and stock intake and putting on the inlet pipe and the intake for the car. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the stock airbox. It's held on by a bunch of T20 torque spits, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of those for the first part. Now you don't have to remove all the Torx off of the airbox. This will just lift up now with no problem. Now I'm going to remove the secondary air hose right here. You just undo the clip and it should just push back like so. And then there's a little vacuum line here that you should just be able to sneak off without an issue. And now this can move out of the way. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to be removing this clamp right here. And then I'm going to show you guys there's a small, I believe it's a 7 or an 8 millimeter on the intake hose that holds it onto the actual inlet pipe itself. So I'm going to take my pliers, special for these kind of clamps, squeeze it. I'm just going to move this back like so. I'll let it go. Okay. This should remove right off. Now we can remove the filter, and actually the filter in the car doesn't look too bad, which is really nice. And now this part right here, for the bottom of the airbox, you're just going to lift this up. There's a couple of grommets that hold it into place, but they should just lift right out. There's 1, 2, and 3. This should come right out like so. And now all there's left to remove is the back of the intake hose, which is held on by a small little clamp that is a little hard to get to, but if you have a small 1/4 inch ratchet, you should be able to do it with no problem. So there is the 7 millimeter clamp. You need to get a ratchet in there. It's a little tricky, but not a lot of room to work with, but should be able to manage. And then once this is loose, you'll be able to take the intake hose off. So now once you loosen up that 7 millimeter clamp, you should be able to just twist this. And then the intake hose might be a little stuck, but it should pull right off. So now we have, as you can see, the inlet pipe is now exposed. And I'll show you guys how to remove that. Okay, so here we have the inlet pipe right there. Here is the hose for the PCV. We need to remove the T30 Torx that's right in front of you right there to be able to remove the inlet pipe out. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to remove the PCV hose, and then next I'm gonna be removing the T30 to pull this out of place. I've already gone and removed the T30 off. You don't have to take the screw all the way out, just let it sit in there. It'll disconnect from the inlet pipe. But all you have to do for the PCV hose, you kind of squeeze it. It's a little tricky, but you squeeze it. Oh, okay, now the PCV hose is out, and now this, you're gonna turn the inlet pipe back towards the firewall. It unhooks, and now you have the stock inlet pipe out. As you can see, everything is exposed now. You have the PCV out, the screw's still in there, and now you have the turbo wide open there, so we can install the new CTS inlet pipe in the car. All right, guys, so now we're gonna do the backwards process. So we're gonna start with the new inlet pipe face towards the firewall, and it's going to slide and click right into place. So now I got the inlet pipe in place, and now we have to retighten that T30. Now the new inlet pipe is completely in place, as you guys can see. And now the next thing we're gonna do is connect the PCV hose back onto the inlet pipe. It should just snap right into place. And you hear that click, and now everything is nice and tight. I'm just gonna double check that T30 one more time. And that is nice and tight, perfect. Everything is good to go. So that's gonna be the first part of my video, guys, showing you how to install the inlet pipe on the car. Next video that you're gonna see right after is going to be installing the full CTS intake on my GTI. All right, so my initial impressions of the inlet pipe, I forgot how amazing it is pairing an inlet pipe with an intake, because the throttle response is so much better. The car feels so much peppier. As you see in my thumbnail and in the video, the stock inlet pipe is tiny on the MQB platform, and with this now, just the way the car is set up, just with a simple inlet pipe and an intake, the car just flies. So the throttle feels super like touchy, and I don't know, like once I put my foot down, like, so I roll in on second and it just goes. And that's like the best thing about this mod, is that it's such an inexpensive and easy mod that completely transforms the way the car feels. And honestly, like I said, 3,000, put my foot down, it just feels like it's so much more responsive now. And honestly, this car, I'm gonna set up this car for back roads, like definitely, because this thing rips even stock on not so great tires that need to be replaced. So I think definitely one of my next mods coming is gonna be some wheels and tires, because this car needs it, and definitely some suspension. I feel like with those things, this car is really gonna be a beast on the back roads. It feels super similar to what my Mini used to be when it was set up more for back roads and all of that stuff. So, but this thing feels really good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just wanted to give you guys a quick review of what I thought about the inlet pipe, guys. It feels awesome, I love it, and super inexpensive mod. I'll put it down in the description for you guys below. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first part of me installing the CTS inlet pipe on my MK7 GTI. In the next video, we're going to be installing the full CTS cold air intake on the MK7 GTI. So again, hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.